may remember this song from your childhood. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. What is it? See, I thought the dream was to be successful and to be accepted. And the way to get there was to fit in and don't rock the boat too much. So I did. I smiled. I performed. Amigas, amigos, my friends, the feedback started to come in. Hey, Jennie, we almost didn't hire you because you were too bubbly for an engineer. Jennie, you're too nice. You care too much. Hey, when you go to that meeting, don't let your Latina out. Hey, you just have to be careful about first impressions because you don't look smart. So the more and more I got that feedback, the more and more I thought there was something wrong with me. So I started to study people. And then I said, well, maybe if I speak like him. And I worked so hard on this accent. Newsflash, it did not work. And I said, maybe if I dress like her. And then I got in my own mind because I was walking and I said, well, Jennie, don't smile, don't be too nice, and lead with numbers so they know you're technical. I even thought that wearing colors was a bad thing. And it was so extreme that I changed from colors to black, white, and gray. And my mom, one time came to visit me, she opened the closet and she said, Nena, ¿qué te pasó? Parece que vas para un funeral. Which it means, girl, what happened? It looks like you're going to a funeral. It was so drastic, I got so lost. And that's when I realized, you know what? This whole thing about fitting in is just a lie. And I learned that in 3 phases. Let's call the first one adult kid. And then the second one, adult teen. And then the third one, adult, I don't have a better word. But the cool thing is that I did find the ultimate success formula I'm about to share with you very soon. So as an adult kid, I just wanted to please. I was working so hard to be accepted, and for that, I had a girl. But the more and more I tried to be this person who it was not me, I got lost. And 3 things took a toll: my performance, my confidence, and my joy. And I realized that's not the success formula. Like, nobody wins. First of all, you're in burnout. You're totally confused trying to play this character that is not you. And second of all, the people around you, they're not getting the best of you. So I grew up to adult teen. And I say, Jennie, what are you doing? Because whenever you're colorful, you're bubbly, you're Latina, dancer, engineer self, that's whenever you connect the best with people and you do your best work. And I took one of the most powerful decisions in my life, to be my most authentic self. And instead of diluting any kind of energy into trying to be somebody who I was not, just putting all of that energy into giving the best of me. And when I did that, man, oh man, that became my North Star, my bateria, my inner energy, and everything was going fine. My personal life, my professional life, they started to grow. And then, I grew up to adult. And instead I realized that every superpower, as authentic as it is, if it's overused, overplayed, it can play against you. And it can become a derailer. And how I learned that is because I was doing a speech like this, and this lady at the very end, she didn't even need a mic, she was super loud. And she'd say, Jennie, I used to love your message, and now I disagree with it. And everybody went like, ooh, including myself, okay, don't get that wrong. So I'm like, okay, tell me more. And then she said, you know what, I'm confident, I'm smart, I speak up my mind, I'm unapologetically myself, and it feels like you're swimming against the current. So a little light bulb came, and I said, I got it. I think I'm empowering people a little too much. Because it's not about being, I'm unapologetically myself, like it or not, because that defeats the purpose. It's about how you bring your best authentic self for your outcome, for the problem that has to be solved, for the people you want to help, for the people you want to serve. That's it. And then that's whenever I uncover the ultimate success formula. You want to hear about it? Yeah. All right, drum roll. I love it. It's authenticity plus intentionality equals impact. And I'm going to say it again because it's that good. Authenticity plus intentionality equals impact. That's whenever the journey becomes fun and becomes rewarding because you start becoming a role model, unlocking possibilities for others. And when I did that, 3 things took a next level, and this is going to sound familiar. My confidence, my performance, and my joy. So good. And the thing is that I knew I was starting to become a role model at work, but what I didn't realize, it was the impact in my own life. Isabella, Izzy, my daughter, when she was in 4th grade, she got invited to this activity at school where they had to interview for different roles, and then the role that they get selected for, they get to do a business simulation. So when she was in 4th grade, she got invited and she said, Mom, I'm so nervous about tomorrow. And I said, what's tomorrow? It's interview day. And I said, awesome, what role are you going for? And I said, typical tween. Well, duh, Mom, I want to be like you, the CEO of the company you work for. And I'm smiling and I'm thinking, OMG, she really thinks I'm the CEO. But you know what? I love the sound of those words. So I did not interrupt her, and I said, okay, keep going. And then she said, Mom, every little kid wants that role, so I'm not going to get it. And I said, you know what? If you think that way, that's exactly what's going to happen. So let's do the opposite. Tomorrow, the moment you dress, the way you walk, the way you interact with people, you're the CEO, no questions asked. And I can see she's thinking about it. Then she said, well, Mom, I don't want to wear a dress. And I said, honey, you're the CEO, so you wear whatever you want, as long as you're comfortable and confident. And she wore a little jumpsuit, a jeans one. It was so cute. Long story short, she got the job. It was so awesome to see that. But then I started reflecting, wow, things have changed. Because when I was in Puerto Rico, if I was in 4th grade, if that would have happened to little Jennie, there is no way in the world I would have looked for those roles. Because in my mind and my experience, those roles were not meant for me. And now fast forward to these days where you see more people to have the courage to be authentic, intentional, unlocking possibilities for others. Man, oh man, I'm telling you, esa energía que tengo, that energy that I have to continue to empower people to be their most authentic self, I became unstoppable. So let me ask you something. Can I see your hand? Yes? And can you please put it on your heart? And then think about that one thing that you may be hiding or perhaps underplaying for the sake of fitting in. You got it? So what if that thing is your superpower? What if that thing is your power zone? What is that very special thing that not only is your separator and your competitive advantage, but it's the thing that you help unlocking possibilities for others? And I want you to say, I'm owning it. Yes, say it louder, I'm owning it. Yes, because we didn't come here to row the boat. We didn't come here to fit in a box. We didn't come here to fit in a dot, no pun intended. We came here to expand and to dance according to our own rhythm. And if there is one thing that I want you to always remember, is to be authentic, to be intentional, so you can have the impact that you are meant to have. And always remember that fitting in is just a lie. Gracias.